Hey guys, Justin here, American Mustang School, and this will be fifth video, level 5. We're going to go on a real world focused ride, and in a nutshell, I'm going to show you what level 1, 2, 3, and 4 prepared us to do in level 5. I'm going to ride Cinnamon, so it's going to be a view from up in the saddle. So what we'll do is we'll pick our rein here. And you can tie a horse with a split rein like this because there's no metal bit in her mouth. And then we'll just put this rein up here. We'll do a lateral flexion, and then we're going to mount up. And we'll go ahead and turn this direction. So what we want to do, generally, I'm not talking, but I'm going to talk through the video to share with you what a level 5 ride is like. So outside influences are going to happen. We heard a noise over to the right. Cinnamon looked over there. She heard a noise to the left. She looks over there. I'm aware of those noises, and I can glance and look at them too. Not a problem, because I feel the horse beneath me. I feel those steps she's taken, and the rhythm of those steps. I feel it. What I want to do is establish a feedback loop with my horse, with her, with Cinnamon. So I'll ask her specific questions that I know she knows answers to. And that may be with my reins or my legs. I'm observing the feedback that she gives me. If it's desirable feedback, I'll continue to do it or do nothing. If it's undesirable, I'll make a change, present again, observe, and continue through that, developing the feedback loop. So she's walking pretty fast. This is her high-end walk, and she just went into a trot. So what we'll do is redirect energy, and we'll go around these trees till she comes back into a walk. And just like in the infinity loop, we can continue these questions. And see, I have really cool natural obstacles here until she relaxes. And then one thing I can do is bring her to a stop. So I'll bring her to a stop. I'll take a deep breath, release, relax, and then she can relax. She just took a deep breath and relaxed. And then I'll ask her to go to my right. If she breaks into a trot, I'll do that again. So we're developing this feedback loop where I ask her a question. Based on her feedback, I'll make changes as necessary to get the desired response. So what I'd like her to do is just walk nice and quiet, relax. But she's kind of energetic today, which I love that, but I want her to respond to the questions that I'm asking. So I need to ask her to back up, move to my right just a little bit, and then stop right here. Ooh, we're gonna punch in a key code. She's like, let's go, Justin. So we'll come back here and stop right here. Let's turn to your right just a little and pull up and stop right there. Good girl. So I want to punch in the key code. All right, and then we'll go through the gate. So we're leaving the herd, her horses that she herds with, and that's called separation. And there can be some anxiety from separating horses. So we've got to become more important than what she thinks is important. She thinks it's important to go back to the herd. Well, that's okay. She's a herd animal. We've got to realize that. But what I want to do is show her that it's okay. You can leave the herd. I'll ask you specific questions that I know you know the answers to, and then you can relax. This is the feedback loop. This is asking questions, observing feedback, making changes, presenting again to get the most desirable results in the relationship. And as you'll see, when you ask these questions over time, law of compensation, start to develop an understanding. Sense and understanding we talked about in other videos, that's what we're after. So she's starting to relax a little bit. And this is good. So when I say I'm asking her specific questions that I know she knows the answers to, I'm giving her a right leg pressure, left leg pressure, and that's to stay between my legs moving forward. She'll have a tendency to ask, can we go back? Go back to the herd, go back to the barn, go back to the house. Well, I'll give her left leg or right leg, sometimes reins if needed. And those are questions that I'm asking her to continue to go forward. Now, when she broke gait, meaning went from a walk to a trot, I didn't restrain her, like pull back on the reins, try to stop her. She had a little anxiety and wanted to go. And it's like, well, let's go. Let me just ask you which direction. So we do figure eights. We could do circles. It just depends on the horse. There's multiple things you can do. So outside influences, they're going to have an effect on your horse. Your ability to maintain the feedback loop in all situations comes in time, and that'll determine the experience you're going to have each and every time. So she sees a walker coming down the road there. That's okay. We're going to cross this road. We'll go into this deep grass here. She's like, can I have some? Just ask her to keep moving. The tall one's fine, just keep moving. And that is an outside influence, and it'll have little to no effect on your feedback loop. I could ask her right leg here when she takes a mouthful of that tall grass to go left. I could ask her left leg to go right. Staying in constant communication. She wants to stop. I'll ask her to keep going. And this is usually done in silence. It's almost a meditation where we develop our awareness, conscious awareness of what we're doing with our hands, our seat, our legs, and we continue in flow. We're moving, moving across earth together, asking questions, observing feedback from the horse, making changes, and repeating, developing skill, experience, and each challenge that comes up, we overcome it. So she gets distracted, I'll bring her back to me by asking a subtle question. If I get distracted, she'll do something which in turn causes me to bring my attention back to her. So we can stay in this feedback loop. The law of vibration is easier to recognize when we do that. And the law of vibration is measurable. So she'll measure differences in my thoughts, emotions, attitude, action. Any of those that change, she'll be able to recognize it, through practice. Same with her. We share the same thing. So she took a little trot. I'll just ask her to go to the left. And I love a horse that has a little energy, wants to go. So I don't have to pedal, so to speak. So I don't want to restrain her. Like every time she goes a little faster than I want, I don't want to restrain her. I'd like to guide her And then the law of energy conservation comes in. Suppose she just wanted to trot everywhere. Well, then I'll have to ask her specific questions that I know she knows the answers to, redirect that energy to where she can transmute that anxious energy of wanting to go, go, go. And law of energy conservation, she starts thinking, okay, I need to conserve energy because I don't know how long we're going to do this. So mental and physical tensions are released, relaxed. But if I restrain her, she'll start to push against it, charge against it even harder. So I don't want to do that. I want to let her flow into an understanding, like cause and effect. For every cause, there's an effect. For every effect, there was a cause. If she kept trotting everywhere, wanting to trot, that's the cause. The effect is I'll just redirect her energy until we spend some of the energy, and she starts to realize, wow, I need to conserve some of the energy. So she, in her mind, realizes, okay, I think I should just relax and walk. And then that's when I release all pressures, questions, says thank you, which I just did. And she's like, okay, go home. Well, I had to give her a left rein and a right leg. She's super smart, highly intelligent. And I've been mind to mind with this horse many times. So even thinking about going home, she's like, yeah, let's do it. And I love that. I can drop a rein and I know we're going home. And I love that I get constant communication with her. She lets me know when I fall short. That's an accountability partner. That's the purpose of level 5, real world focused riding. It's to develop an awareness of how our mind works, how our body works, how our spirit works in harmony, how we can actually utilize that understanding to create something that doesn't exist. And we'll call it the relationship or the purpose of what we're doing together. Exploring Earth together, going on a ride, simple little ride in nature, enriching our lives, having conscious contact with each other, developing a conscious awareness of each other. And then the beautiful part, we get to develop an understanding of ourselves. She gets a deeper understanding of herself in a real world focused ride with a human. I get to develop a deeper understanding of myself. And it's a really cool thing that we both get to do together. And then include someone else, a third person, it's even better. Because I have a deep understanding of this horse, she has a deep understanding of me, and then we include someone else, she gets to adapt to that individual. I get to witness it, and she gets to learn through conscious contact something more, expand, increase abilities to focus, and then ascend consciously in awareness. So this is what we do. Usually no talking, just riding, asking questions as needed, observing as needed, making changes, and repeat. Feedback loop, practicing the laws of nature, the cause and effect, law of action, law of compensation. And the more you practice, the better you get. I haven't ridden Cinnamon in probably a couple months. And that's okay because, 10, 15 minutes in, we can synchronize. We can recognize vibrational frequencies like, oh yeah, I don't need this much leg pressure, or I need more leg pressure. And she'll respond with, oh yeah, I remember what he was asking with that leg pressure. So I thought it'd be interesting to take you on a little ride so you can see from this vantage point of what it's like to develop a feedback loop with a horse based on the 5 levels of the sacred art of horsemanship and how to practice. There's lots we could do in level 5. We could do camping, fishing. We could do hunting trips. We could do pack trips. We stay overnight in the mountains. I mean, it's endless. You can explore towns, beaches, mountains. And all for the joy of character development. This particular horse has never had any abuse. She doesn't know to fear me. She doesn't know to fear humans. She's comfortable with her horses, of course. And then to ask her to come away from the horses can cause a little discomfort. But then me presenting to her that it's going to be all right. I'll get you comfortable again. I'll take you. We'll go explore. We'll look. We'll check things out. That expands her consciousness. She can realize, oh, there is more. I can actually go and explore without my horse herd. I can be with Justin and find comfort. I can help her understand how to regulate, release mental tension, release physical tension based on asking her questions that I know she knows the answers to. And then when she can answer those questions, she can realize that she knows them too and what we're doing it for. And then it becomes fun. It actually helps expand her understanding of the game, of life, how to not get hurt, how to benefit, enrich her life. So I'll let you kind of enjoy this little ride that we're on. We're just going to go down this little trail, smell the smells, breathing the air, listening to the saddle squeaks and the hoof beats. And if you are a horse person, you kind of know that we've probably turned back in the direction of home, so the pace picked up. So when that happens, it's okay, as long as we don't go into a trot. Now there's a branch here, I'm gonna have to jump. There we go. I don't mind a horse that walks fast, but if I wanted her to walk slower, we could get that too. So how would we do that? We get her to redirect energy. So what I would do is simply pick up on a left rein and a right leg, and we redirect energy, and then come back the direction we want to go, and then do it again. And what that does is shows her relax and then go in the direction we wanted to go. If she walks at the high end of that walk, we would just do it again. Simple as that. And we'll just do one here. Just do a little turn and relax. And then we can do some off-road, off-trail riding. So we'll go up this hill here. Cross over here. We can ride around in the brush. And this is where you get to ask lots of questions. So we can go to the right of that bush. You can just traverse through this brush. ask specific questions. Like a left turn here, and a right turn here, and then a sharp right here. And then we can go over this log here, and then go around this pine tree here. And then she breaks into a trot. We'll just redirect the opposite direction, go back into the direction we were going. And then we'll go this direction. And so we can ask these questions, left and right, and those are specific questions that we know our horse knows the answer to. We stay in a feedback loop. It's a lot of fun. Outside influences have little to no effect on our feedback loop. You know, the terrain is an outside influence. There'll be trees and tree branches and spider webs, all of the things you could think of, noises, movements, pine cones falling, squirrels moving. But you maintain your feedback loop. Regardless of the outside influences. And we'll ask her to stop right here. Good job, Cinnamon. Take a deep breath. Relax. She wants to go. We'll just go this direction here. Let me ask her to relax right here. Good job. Good job. She's like, I really want to go back to the herd. So what I'm going to do, ask her to go this direction. We'll go down this trail. There you go. We'll come right back to that spot. And then we'll ask her to stop right here. Good job. And then we'll just ask her for a little left rein lateral. Hello. Hello. She's like, yeah, I'm with you. Let's go. Not yet. All right, let's go. And then we'll go down this hill, nice and easy. Good job. She has such a long stride. I like it. Cover ground really fast. She steps out. She walks with purpose. She's on a mission. So she breaks into a trot. We'll just turn, release pressure back into the direction we want to go. So it's non-restraint. We're not going to pull back on the reins, which we could. We could actually pull back on the reins and ask her to stop. We'll ask her to redirect and then walk. Good job. And we're climbing up a hill, so she's pulling pretty good, which I like. Feels nice. We'll go this direction. And we'll do another little circle. Adjust my reins because I'm one-handed. Very good. So this is what I wanted to show you. real world focused riding. It's concentrate on what you're thinking and doing, because that's what you're becoming. You're presenting to your horse, they're thinking and doing, they're becoming. If you get nervous and frustrated or scared, you're presenting that, whether you realize it or not. And that's what we want. We want to raise conscious awareness, what we're thinking, what we're feeling, what's our attitude, what are the actions that follow that. So if you're thinking if you're aware of what you're thinking and it's what you want, and you effectively present it in action, you can manifest it into reality. Your horse is thinking and doing, and they're becoming, developing character. So if you want to know a horse, what is their character, go through these 5 levels, and it's a discovery. Cinnamon is a very easy to ride horse. She's very responsive, light pressures, light touch. She likes to be with her herd, but she'll go away from them. But she'll ask questions. Can I go back to them? And then I'm there to bring her comfort. We will show her you can be away from them and just be fine. And then we explore, ask her questions that she knows the answers to. Based on her feedback, make changes in yourself to create the most desirable results. Help her get comfortable being away from her herd. Help her get comfortable when she's uncertain. Help her be certain. So the law of polarity definitely works out here. It's the same energy. It's just different degree. Kind of like hot and cold. Same thing, just different degree. Dark and light. Same thing, different degree. Well, her mind, her body, her spirit complex, we want to bring those together, connect those. I don't want her mind scattered. Her body follows. I don't want to break her spirit. I want her to be her. Good job, Cinnamon. Yeah, I want her to be ready, willing, and available to tell me what she needs at any given time. And that's honest. It's truth. It's true and honest. So I want her to understand I'll give her truth and honesty. And I'll allow her to give it back, feed it back. So she was saying earlier, I want to go to the house. Okay. And then I would help her understand that it's okay not to go to the house. Ask her questions she knows the answers to. Help her get comfortable. Because she was just uncertain. That's why she would do that. Like, I'm not sure. I'm more comfortable with the horses. I understand. Let me ask you some questions I know you know the answers to. Let me help you relax your body so you can relax your mind. So you'll hear sometimes go through the hoof to get to the mind. That's kind of what that means. You allow her to move. Don't restrain her. Let her move. Just guide where she goes. And then help her mind understand that it's going to be just fine. It's going to be okay. Rather than restrain or force submission through pain or fear. That's not what we want to do. We want to free up restrictions in her mind, tensions in her body, maintain a feedback loop. I ask her questions, she gives feedback, I make changes, do it again, and vice versa. When I say she gets a voice, she could do a little head tossing and turning and do all of the things that horses do to try to communicate, what they're wanting. A lot of her head tossing is from flies, and she has an itch just now. But it's you'll recognize it whenever you play with them long enough. what they're doing, what they're asking. Is there any frustration coming? How can we reduce frustration? Eliminate it? How can we get them comfortable? And that's what we do in a level 5 ride for ourselves, for them, and then we start to reach agreements, which is harmony, and then balance it, which is law of polarity. Keep it centered. You want to stay centered. One extreme to the other, that can be difficult. Turn into erratic, chaotic behavior. We want centered behavior, centeredness. Now she's kind of relaxing. She's got an itch. Cruising speed. Takes 15, 20 minutes sometimes, just asking questions, getting feedback, making changes, do it again. That's level 5. The longer you can maintain an awareness and focus between you and a horse in the feedback loop, the better you'll become in the relationship of understanding. Have a sense for things and understand. Develop yourself, develop your horse. Create what it is you want and manifest it into a reality where you can go and do anything with your horse, away from your horse, it doesn't matter. Because you'll have the ability to think, understand what you're thinking, feel, understand your emotions, present the attitude you want, present the actions you want, and then be able to transmute energy. Remember the video, law of energy transmutation? You can transmute energy. If you're swinging too far one way, you can just instantly go back the other way. If you're getting frustrated, turn it into gratitude. That's just an example of many. So if my horses are starting to get frustrated, I'll swing them into something comfortable. Concentrate on something else other than the frustration. How do I do that? Ask them questions I know they know the answers to. Turn around a tree, do some figure eights. We started out kind of wound up. And I love that about this horse. I hadn't ridden her in a while. I wanted you guys to see that. Now you can see that she's like, okay, mellowed out, nice, calm. This is what we want. This is good stuff. And then we soak here, meaning this is where I don't ask a lot of questions. There's no need. Just observe. We're still in a feedback loop because I'm going to give her a little right leg to go left. And then I'll see a pine cone in the road. See it? She's obviously going to go to the right of this one and go to the right of this next one. So I'll ask her to go to the left of this one. And that's just one simple little question. She responded to it, no problem. That's the feedback loop we're talking about. So we're coming up on about a half hour now. If you have any questions on what you saw, what you heard, type them in the comments if you have any questions. Happy to bring you these videos. It's a lot of fun, and we're always making progress toward life enrichment for both horse and human. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.